Hello and welcome, everybody. As you can see, I'm trapped in a back hallway somewhere, and the only way I can escape is for these four lovely idiots here to play a game with me. So it's been nice knowing you.
Yeah, bye. You're screwed.
No, but in reality, I'm just on my mobile setup. I've got some family things I have to help out with. So you are on the mobile setup with me. We are on the road with TGE tonight here at Bay City Chronicles, but we still have the rest of our, well, most of our crew. We've got Connect the Dots, OPT Lawyer. Color by Numbers, Chameleon Ice. Elbow Deep in Finger Paints, Crimson Avix. And over in the corner, eating the glue sticks, is Norestra.
They're extra tasty.
I don't get how mine works.
Well, mine was prepared when you had the other background up. So, with the other background, it made more sense.
He's so thoughtful.
There you go.
There we go. Now the elbow deep in finger paints make sense.
Ooh.
So last time, also Kiki, blink. Last time on Next Gen, some crap happened. Lots of crap happened. After basically being a giant jerkwad, Drake showed back up at the park, and unfortunately, Alex's plan to freeze the monster in place failed, and Drake fell into a frozen pond.
It failed miserably, I might add. It failed spectacularly.
It did fail spectacularly. After that, while Drake, as Kaiser, decided to keep the Nightmare Aberration busy, the rest of the crew, which was Alex, Gigi, and a Vincent, decided to follow the trail of dream stuff back from the Nightmare to find Hilbert, who lives right across the street from Drake in a nondescript neighborhood. In the meantime, during the fight with the giant nightmarish Mightyena, Drake lost his powers. They showed up at the nondescript house where not necessarily a fight ensued, but more of a conversation with Hilbert, who basically didn't even realize he was doing this. And in the meantime, it was discovered... Oops, give me 1 second. Be right back.
Alright guys, now he's gone. Let's completely plan how to ruin the game.
I don't know if you can do that in masks.
Flo's here. It's completely ruined.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think we have to plan. We're pretty successful at this.
Yeah,
have you seen
probably.
Kalos City episodes 1 through...
Yeah.
Yes.
That's called creativity, not ruining.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
It's the same
Oh,
word.
no, mine's not creativity. Mine's purposeful sabotage.
Mine is purpose-driven, sir.
I'm here contractually to cause trouble on purpose.
So anyway,
Mm-hmm.
So anyone doing anything interesting over the week?
Sorry about that.
Everyone, shut up. He's back.
oh crap.
Oh, yeah, I can go check the VOD.
Is that a Cubs World Series
Yeah,
shirt?
Only if I
that is a
upload
Cubs,
it.
that is a Cubs World Series shirt.
Okay. You know what?
What?
No, crib.
Look, I had a shirt. I just grabbed one. Whatever, no big deal. The short story is, my grandmother just had hip surgery, so I'm here making sure everything's good. I heard something fall. Just someone got knocked over on the desk, but I was making sure everything was good. Everything's fine. Nobody is hurt. Nobody is in pain. Everything is good.
Yet.
What about no one being in pain from stuff falling from the shelf?
Yeah, I mean, there is
No,
that.
you didn't fall from the shelf. You fell through the shelf.
Which, to be honest,
Think
of the
difference.
5 of us on camera, you were the one least expected to fall through a shelf.
Why?
Well, I guess maybe you, Cherry, but the two of you are the smallest two here.
Yeah.
Anyway, a conversation ensued. Fights happened. Drake realized that he didn't have his powers and they weren't coming back. Gigi ported Drake up to Hilbert's bedroom to have a conversation where Drake, even powerless, was still being a massive jerk. So Hilbert basically cold cocked him, punched him out the window, and Drake didn't land in the body of water underneath. He just landed on the ground. From that point on, the demon nightmare dog ran away with Drake's powers, and a nice long conversation was had with the goose, who basically explained to Drake that, yeah, you done messed up, kid, and now you have to prove that you deserve the powers. Oh yeah, and Hilbert made friends.
Because the power of friendship will save us all.
It will. I'm sure of it.
And with that, we are getting ready to go here. So a couple of quick housekeeping notes for everybody. We did discuss it last time, but Nora, as Drake, is using what is called a costume change, which is basically you still keep your labels and any moves that are appropriate, but you lose access to the playbook you previously were. In this case, he is using a costume change called the Depowered, and basically it's exactly what it says on the tin. He should have access to that, so anything he needs from that, he will read out and explain. Also, in addition to that, there was one other mechanical thing that these guys need to know, is as Kaiser, when he used his moment of truth, he locked his savior. That was part of, locked in stone who he was as Kaiser. With that, him no longer being Kaiser, mechanically, we have agreed, him and I, to unlock the savior label until the powers come back.
So here's a question then. When he gets it back, does his savior relock immediately, or does it relock back at where it was?
It locks at what it is when he gets the powers back.
Oh dear.
Interesting.
That's kind of scary.
Yes. I love how everyone's all scary. Meanwhile, Crim's over there doing full on Mr. Burns.
Excellent.
So this is Bay City Chronicles Presents Next Gen Issue 28, Algebra 101. On the cover, there is a giant chalkboard, and written clearly on the chalkboard is the Pythagorean theorem. Overlooking the chalkboard is a room full of shadowed students, clearly bored, half of them asleep. And at the very top of the chalkboard, there's a set of eyes looking maniacally down, and you can tell they have that evil smile on them. Before we get started, time has passed. This is a new session, so we have a couple of beginning of session moves to roll. We have got the Janus and the Harbinger.
Wait, I haven't... All right! I have a move to do at the start of the game. I forgot about that.
You're back to being a Janus.
Right? I can't remember what it was first. Hold on. Okay.
When time passes, roll mundane to see how you're managing your obligations. On a hit, things are going pretty well. You have an opportunity or advantage thanks to one of those obligations. On a 7 to 9, you've lapsed on one, your choice. On a miss, you haven't given your normal life anywhere near the attention it deserves. I get to choose two obligations that are going to bite you.
So do I even have to name the one?
I mean, you don't have to, but I'm pretty sure we all know what it's going to be.
That's what I meant. Do I even need to say? I mean, he literally skipped school last issue.
Yes, so that's going to be the thing. You are 100% lapsed on your school stuff, so making a note of that.
Legitimately, when I rolled this, I'm like, I hope I actually get a 7 or a 9, because, like, I want to say school.
Mm-hmm. And also, we also have the Harbinger, which is at the start of each session, or when time passes, roll to find out how your investigations into this timeline have been going.
Not good.
Oh dear.
On a miss, you are lost in the present. The GM will tell you how things are so different here and shift your labels according to how it makes you feel. Well, I think it's actually pretty easy because last time Flo was on screen, Drake did a dumb. So you're lost not because you necessarily weren't doing it or were doing investigations and you couldn't find anything. You're lost because, well, you're just kind of mad at him being an idiot. So you just been off, doing whatever Flo does, whatever the Flo version of chimichangas are. So go ahead and just do a label shift, whatever. I would think it would probably be superior up, mundane down. But go ahead and do what you want. And yes, to answer the question, you cannot use team to lower a roll. You can burn your influence to do so.
Okay. Because sometimes you want to fail.
Sometimes you just want to watch the world burn.
Or sometimes you want to burn the world.
Yeah.
I've done 2 of those 3 already.
You have. And we're going to start our issue today. And we'll get to... Flo shows up when Flo wants. We'll get to Flo here in a minute. But we're going to start in the school. Specifically, early morning before the school starts. And we're going to zoom into the first page of the comic. And you see like the school, and you see just a window, and you see 2 shadows in the window. One clearly is an older man who looks very angry, and the other is the silhouette of Drake. We zoom in, and Drake is clearly in the principal's office. I don't remember. Did we name the principal?
I don't remember.
I don't.
Okay, Drake. What's the name of the principal?
Naming things is not my thing.
Well, if you wouldn't get in trouble, you wouldn't have to name them.
Principal Snyder.
Ooh.
All right, so we start, and you are in the principal's office. This is before school, and he looks at you. So, how do you propose we deal with this?
The giant fire mark on the floor, my grades, or my nearly beating a student to death.
You forgot the hole in the side of the classroom.
Oh, then I wouldn't look down in the pool room.
That was a different circumstance. That one didn't involve direct violence against another student. Give me one reason why I don't expel you.
Because I have nothing left. If you expel me, I'll be on the street.
No, if I expel you, you'd be going to a different school, a much different school. And he does school in quotation marks, so it's heavily implying school-ish.
I don't like the quotation marks. Can you not do those? They kind of...
Well,
they make me feel like you're not meaning what you're saying.
I'm not meaning what I'm saying. But you have one chance to fix this. Because somebody called and made a very, very good case for you. If I were you, I would make sure you find them and thank them profusely, because they are the only reason you are not being sent off to a location where orange would be the new black.
Boo.
Also, one question for you, Mr. Snyder.
What?
Did animal control ever catch that goose?
Listen, do you really think being a smartass is the way to go right now? You are lucky to even be here, when believe me, you shouldn't be. You should be somewhere a lot different than this.
But I'm just saying, you failed to protect the entire school from a goose. And yet, you're threatening to expel me. Just saying!
He looks at you. Stop being a wise ass before I change my mind. You need to start thinking before you act. And maybe, just maybe, start acting like a teenager instead of a jerk. And he is shifting your labels.
Okay.
Superior down, mundane up.
I have to reject that. My superior's already at max.
You don't have to. You can always just mark a condition.
I can't really mark a condition.
Oh no.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, you don't have to, but
I'm rejecting this.
Roll flat through it. Ooh boy. So on a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM will shift your labels accordingly. So, what condition are you marking?
I'm marking hopeless.
Okay, that's actually a very good one here. He is just, sitting there just berating you and telling you to think that, that everything you've done isn't worth a damn. Your mundane is still going up, but your savior is going down.
Okay.
Now, class is about to start. So again, as I suggest, you get to class. You do not miss class. You do not have excuses to miss class. And as I said, you better thank the person who vouched for you. Now get out of my office.
One final question.
You need to figure it out on your own.
What class am I in right now, and where is it?
You need to figure it out on your own. This is part of taking responsibility. You should know your schedule. You've been here for how many months now?
A few.
You have 10 minutes before class starts.
So Drake's going to leave the office and immediately ask the secretary what his schedule is.
She prints it out, hands it to you, not a problem. Everyone's super tense about that.
She's like, I don't care.
Oh, Mr. Butters. Really? Mr. Butters? What kind of name is that?
He got fired a couple days ago. You're fine. Should be a sub.
A sub? Yeah, Drake's not going to class.
He's what?
Not going to class.
Where is he going?
To the arcade.
Well, you walk down the steps like you're leaving school, and you see a couple people you recognize. First one you see is, of course, Hunter being his normal jovial self. You recognize a very recognizable fedora with some wolf ears on it. What do you do?
Just kind of walk by casually.
Jake, where you going? School? Where are you going? Hunter is like grabbing at you.
I'm going on a mission.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You have to go to school.
I haven't gone to school yet. Why would I go to school?
Hunter has this look and then sort of like does the shifty eye thing and looks over at Hilbert and just sort of like, Hilbert nods and Hunter's like, I'm going to go find Gigi and runs off. Well, you need to go because if you don't, they're gonna send you to jail.
To jail? That seems kind of harsh.
Well, you broke the wall, launched a fireball at me, punched me. The only reason they're not sending you to jail is because for assault you need someone to press charges, and I didn't.
Fine, I'll go to class.
Yeah. And, yeah, you're just let's go. One thing I'm going to mechanically do because of this is Hilbert is going to take influence over you.
Okay.
Yes, I think mechanically it applies here. And that's also the hard move I'm using for Flow's miss from earlier. So, with that, we are going to, Alex, are you going to school today?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Well, you do, it's that time you get the on your bedroom door.
Oh, no. He's not home either.
Did you say goodbye to your mother in the morning?
Of course he did.
Okay. Where is he going?
Let's see. Alex is going to... He's actually going to go to the local university. He's going to, like, the track is open because, you know, the track team isn't there, like, in season yet and whatnot. So the track's open to basically the public. And he's just going to be, like, running around because he's burning off energy.
Okay. I'm assuming Gianna's being a good girl.
Am I the only person who's juvenile delinquent?
Apparently.
No, Hunter's there.
I guess, yeah, he counts.
Okay, so as we said, Alex would have the class too, but Drake and Hilbert go into their first period, and it is math class, formerly with Mr. Butters. And Gianna and Hunter have, like, social studies or something stupid.
That works.
So you walk in, and the class is a little rowdy, and it's interesting because there's no substitute in there right now. So, Drake?
Yes.
Yeah, where are you gonna go?
What was that?
Where were you gonna go while we were leaving?
I don't do math.
Nobody likes math, but we have to.
I mean, like, when's math ever good for us? I just burn things.
He leans in. Do you still?
What?
Do you still burn them?
I mean, your shirt's a little fruity.
Ouch.
Really? That's what we're going to do. Remember.
Oh, no, your shirt literally has bananas all over it. It's a little fruity.
You're ridiculous, and you're deflecting.
So, how would you feel if you woke up? Oh wait, you never were a dragon. Never mind. You can't answer that question.
No, but I do know what it's like to wake up every day and be scared of where you're going.
You're trying to guilt me. You're guilting me into class, aren't you?
You had these amazing powers that you knew how to use. Apparently I had no idea about them. But I still came every day and you ran. If I can do it, so can you. And he is also trying to shift your labels.
All right.
He is trying to tell you that you were more dangerous than you are in normal. So he is actually, as weird as it is, shifting your danger up and your mundane down based on that.
So he's saying Drake was a bigger threat to him. That's what I'm trying to understand. How he's phrasing it as you were a bigger threat than you thought you were.
Well, basically, he's like, you had all this ability and you still ran from something that should be easy for someone like you. So he thinks you think you're a bad man. That's why danger up, mundane down.
So Drake's going to actually reject this influence as well. And he's going to say, I didn't run from something worse. I ran because I had to. Drake doesn't think he's... Yeah. And this is fantastic. Go ahead and have your fun.
So you don't have any more conditions to mark, do you?
I've got one.
Oh.
One.
Well, mark it.
What was it, just out of curiosity?
Afraid.
Okay. Oddly fits here.
Ollie fits. And he looks at I'll do a little shift after you. Something more dangerous? Look. After what happened, I thought we were supposed to be friends. But you need to remember something right now. You were just Drake. You're not Kaiser, you're just Drake. And the shift is now mundane up, freak down.
Yep, that shift. Yep.
So this conversation's happening, and the class is getting rowdier and rowdier and rowdier. And it doesn't appear like a substitute teacher is showing up. So before we get into that completely, we'll shift over to the social studies class. Gianna, what's being studied today in social studies class?
Let's learn about, I don't know, world civilizations, possibly.
Okay, what civilization?
Kuwait?
That's the country. You know what? Whatever.
Oh, the Mayan civilization. There we go.
I was going to say, Mayan makes total sense here. Okay, so you walk in, and there is everyone's favorite thing is in the classroom when you get there. And when you were in school, what was the best thing that happened?
Well, best day was getting to go outside for a lot of us. Field day.
I was thinking the VCR being rolled in.
Oh, the TV, right? Yes.
Yeah. So these were a little more high tech. You have the digital setup, and you are watching a movie on ancient Mayan civilization.
Ooh.
And it's even better because it's narrated by Morgan Freeman.
Of course it is.
The ancient civilization. So this is going on. Hunter sort of elbows you. Is Drake okay?
Gianna actually looks up, texting back Alex. And she goes, looks over at her. Oh, Drake? I don't know. Why?
Well, he walked out of school like was trying to leave. He doesn't he know that if he doesn't, he's kind of and he doesn't want to say it.
Gianna looks down. She kind of shrugs. She says, I don't think he cares.
He needs to, right? Right?
Well, yeah, of course he does. But I don't know. Drake's just been kind of a brat lately.
Yeah. Brat's a good way to put it. And speaking of brats, this is going to return the comic page to our skipping school brat running laps.
Alex, by the way, you get a text from Gigi that says, "See you at lunch?" ?
Oh, it's a little while later, probably closer to towards the end of the class, when you get a text back. No, I'll see you after school, maybe.
Frowny face.
So, yeah. Why do you keep writing? Never mind. So Alex, once he finally like finishes, and he's got like one of those like the running like get ups on, like the whole thing, whatnot. Even he's worked up a sweat and whatnot, but he stops. He's got a pulls up his water bottle, drinks down, barely checks his phone to make sure see if Gigi texts him back, and then gets his he's got his book bag with him, but it's got mostly his laptop and a few other things in it. As he sighs and just kind of like starts walking out of the campus.
As you are about to leave the track area, you see somebody you recognize, almost as if they're waiting for you.
Oh?
Standing at the entrance to the track section is one Dr. Thatcher.
Oh!
Hopskip is unfortunately nowhere to be seen.
Thank you. Except the Dr. Thatcher's like, Doc, what's, how did you find me here?
You have a cell phone, don't you?
Yes?
Okay, then.
Thanks, I'll invest in a VPN.
Wasn't that hard to triangulate where you were and then figure it out from there.
I see.
I know some people who can help me out.
What was that?
I know people who can help me out in these situations where I need to find students, like ones who've been skipping class the past couple of days.
Yeah, well, I don't worry about me so much.
Oh, don't worry about you. I worry about all my students, but I'm especially worried about you.
Well, I appreciate it, but I'm fine. I'm just needing to burn a lot of energy, and I've just had a lot to think about lately.
Yes, you have, but I thought we got a lot of that out the last time we talked 2 days ago. And then we talked yesterday, when you were attempting to figure out why those girls and those boys had been scared half to death.
Right. Yes, and then we saw a werewolf-like creature, and then good friend of mine has lost his powers. So you know what? I kind of have a lot of things going on right now.
No, you have a lot of excuses going on right now.
He looks up with her with this incredulous look on his face, like, you have no idea what I'm going through yet.
Look, I don't claim to necessarily understand what it's like to try and live by two names, but I know that you can't do that. And I also know that you were missing for a long time, and just because it doesn't seem like people knew you were missing, doesn't mean people weren't affected.
Doesn't look like it. Ask everybody around. They all remember me being here.
Let me ask you a question. Is it better that they forgot you weren't around, or that they remembered you were there? Is it easier to say you were there the whole time, or to have a very strange conversation of, hey, why did I forget you for 3 months?
So Alex just kind of stands there and shakes his head. He's just like, I don't even know the answer to that. And I don't think it's an answer. I don't even think that's the question to ask, but I don't know what it is. All I know is I feel like I'm better out here.
You're not. You running from people, hiding from people is not going to help you. You need to be with people your own age.
Alex looks like he's not believing it at all, but he's also not like running off or anything. So
look, you have people who care about you, people who didn't forget you existed. Okay?
yeah.
There are people who are at that school who do care about you. And running out here to get rid of energy, which, as far as excuses I've heard go, is pretty lame.
No, the excuse is exactly what I was doing. If anything, because I just don't know what to do right now.
Maybe. But skipping school isn't the right thing to do. Because now that you're back and you've missed a couple of days, whatever homework you missed, yeah, you probably need to do it now. And do you really want to have to explain to your darling mother why you're failing school because you're not going?
No. No, I don't want to explain to her why I'm not going. Alex shoulders his book bag and looks at her and says, which is why I wasn't planning on going home.
Where exactly were you planning on going?
Not really sure.
Good. You're going to school.
Fine, I guess.
Good. I will get you off of being late this once. Come with me, and when you walk in, you will have my excuse as to why you were late.
Thanks, Doc.
I'm assuming the car ride to the school was in complete silence.
Pretty much. Like, unless she asks him something that he's actually going to respond to. No.
She knows better.
Okay, good. Then no.
Yeah, she knows better. So you get there, and you get there, and you have math class first formally with Mr. Butters. So you walk in, getting there, and no substitute teacher has showed up yet.
Is Thatcher with us still?
So she walks in, gives your note to the nurse, and then to the secretary, and then goes to her office.
Gotcha. Okay.
She has the rabbit to feed.
Gotcha. Okay. So he walks into math class, looks around, and is like, "Why did I even come back here?" He'll like slink in, and just sit at his desk.
Well, you do walk in and you do see at least one thing you recognize, of course, the fedora with the wolf ears. With a very crestfallen-looking Drake.
Okay, remind me the whole fedora, the wolf ears thing.
Gilbert.
Is that okay? Thank you. I forgot he was wearing a fedora. So he plops down. He plops down. I guess he's probably sitting near those two. He just sits down and he kind of looks over and acknowledges they're there with yo. And he just kind of looks back forward and he looks just kind of like in a daze almost.
So when you look forward, you look up at the board. And it's weird because it wasn't there before. But now on the dry erase board, you see an equation. Seems to have been written on the board. You see, right now it's just a simple y equals mx plus b. It says no math, Jamie. And as you keep looking, another equation starts writing itself on the board. And it's Pythagorean theorem is never written on the board.
So is the chalk coming up out of floating up,
no,
or is it just appearing?
It's a dry erase board. It's just the marker is just appearing.
Okay. That's what I was thinking it was. All right.
Alex!
What?
The board's writing itself.
Oh, hey, Drake. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Yeah. Okay, that's a little weird.
So,
and I can't do that.
I can't either.
Then who
as
is?
you say this, the whole class starts to look at the board because that's kind of weird and also kind of awesome. And I have something for you too.
Ooh.
When the equation on the board starts messing with your head, roll plus superior.
This is gonna be bad.
Ooh.
I had a -2 and I still got a hit.
Meanwhile, I had a -2 and a condition, and not so much. As I'm speed running potential tonight because I'm already at 4.
Well, technically that's a 6, not a 5, because the conditions don't apply to the roll, but you still have a -2, so it doesn't matter.
Don't we have
bring it back to you guys.
Shouldn't we have one team in the pool?
You do have one team in the pool, but give me a minute because something is happening concurrently.
Gotcha.
Okay. Over in the social studies class, in the big projection of the Mayan stuff, suddenly the video stops. And instead of that, you see math equations start running across the screen. And I need you two as well to roll plus superior, because or at least you, I'm not going to have Hunter roll for it for reasons. But when the equation on the board starts messing with your head, roll plus superior.
Gotcha. Important question: is the teacher awake or asleep right now?
The teacher is watching this too in a stun, like, just roll. Okay. I'm actually happy we got one of each here. All right. I'll show the move after I read it. When the equation on the board starts messing with your head, roll plus superior. On a hit, you manage to fight off the hypnotic boredom. On a 10 plus, choose 1. You realize that it's just math and that it can't hurt you. Clear condition. Or it's just math and you ignore it like it's your job. Shift superior up and any other label down. On a 7 to 9,
I feel called out, sir.
Yep. On a 7 to 9, you must choose the following. You find yourself bored nearly to death, but the crack of your head against the desk snaps you out of it. Mark a condition. On a miss,
Ouch.
you find yourself enthralled by the X's and Y's. Until you are snapped out of it, you are at the mercy of the shifting equations.
Ooh.
Enjoy the shifting equations move.
What in the world would Alex be at this point?
sorry, bored isn't a condition.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. But I'm trying to think of what really fits his attitude at the moment.
Hopeless, maybe?
Hopeless.
I guess. Maybe. That does make sense.
So we'll go with Gianna first because you got the 10. Well, I'm pretty sure I know which one you're choosing because you can't shift superior up.
I can't. So I cleared the condition already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just math. It can't hurt you. So you're watching this and you just sort of like shake your head and you look around and everybody is just staring at the TV at these equations like they've all been hypnotized by it.
Hunter, do you see this?
He's just looking. Pi.
Hunter!
Pi.
Well, nuts. Think. Hunter, let's go out on a date.
Pi.
Oh, he's really out of it. She texts Alex and Drake. Something's wrong in class.
We move over to Alex, who you find yourself wavy, and then just crack.
Oh. Shakes his head looking. Okay. What's going on? I look around, just like, guys? It's just a math problem. Ow.
You look over, and the entire class is just sitting there staring. And, well, I'm not sure how Drake's reacting, but he's also under the spell of the equation.
Drake? So.
Drake is just sitting there enthralled with the math problem at this point.
Alex does this thing where he walks over, he does the thing in front of the eyes, he pushes him, shakes him a bit. Once he doesn't get a reaction, that he's just gonna text Giada, just be like, something weird going on in your class, and yes, I'm back in class, don't ask.
She already sent you she sent a text to both you and Drake, saying there's something wrong.
Oh, yeah. Something's wrong.
So it's happening over there too?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna try something. I'll let you know how it goes.
Alex thinks about texting something, stops. Text something, deletes. Text something, deletes, goes, good luck with that.
And Giada's gonna hop down from her seat, and she's gonna very politely walk down the aisle. And she's gonna go over to the TV and try to pull the plug on it.
You pull the plug. It still is broadcasting the equation.
But there's no power. She kind of looks at the plug, looks at the TV, and then pulls out her phone, texts Alex.
So when you go to pick up your phone, you just have a text on there from Alex saying, you didn't just try to unplug the TV, did you?
Yeah, text back. I'll be right back. And she goes to the class, and every class has a flag in it, right? Because good old all-American class. So, considering everybody's enthralled, she's not going to be too worried about it. And she's going to summon Sass to give her a leg up so she can go up, reach the flag, and come back down. And she's going to drape the flag over the TV screen to block it.
I mean, it blocks the screen, but they're all still enthralled.
So Jen looks really kind of proud for a moment. He looks around at the class and you
hear cacophony of pie, and one random rebel in the back, Avogadro.
Nothing's working, Alex. I can't cover the screen.
Yeah, at that point, next counting panels, Alex is up there at the board just trying to erase the stuff, and I'm guessing it's just either not erasing or coming back anyway.
It's not erasable.
Yeah. Alex texts back, yeah. I'm coming to your room. He just leaves.
Gianna texts back, I'm happy you're at school today.
Alex does not respond to that one. But as he's walking through, he's like checking classrooms.
Every classroom is the same.
Oh dear. So Alex makes his way over to Gianna's social studies class.
Gianna's already probably out the door at that point because she can't do anything in here and she feels kind of creeped out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, whenever we meet up.
Yeah, well, outside the door's fine.
Yeah, so Alex, when you see Alex, he looks just like exceptionally like distant, sort of, but is also like clearly trying to think of what's going on here. All right, so
Where's Drake?
oh, he's in my math class still. Apparently, very, very, very into the math problems on the board.
Smash cut to Drake. What's he doing?
He's saying the formula, the scientific formula for like the theory of everything. I guess the combined universal theory or something. I don't remember what it is.
So the comic panel we just get is Drake speaking a bunch of words, and then all the math symbols like flying in front of his head.
1, 1, 2, 3, 5.
42.
Golden ratio. Golden ratio.
That's my jam. And the roll of thirds.
Mr. Wells, 6.02 times 10.
Alex, what do? We can't turn off the TVs or whatever it is. What happened in yours? Were you watching a movie too?
No, it just started appearing on the dry erase board.
I'm guessing if we break the boards or the TVs or anything, it's not going to change anything.
Well, you said you tried covering the TV.
I did, and I tried unplugging it. And, I mean, it's unless the TV itself is emitting a sound or a signal, but if it's happening on chalkboards, that doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't. So, yeah, that's right. It doesn't actually make sense anyway. I got an idea. So Alex is going to go to the, every, like, especially high schools have, like, the computer room, where they teach, like, computer networking and whatnot.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So he's going to go there, hop on one of the computers, and clearly he already knows the administrative password because that's, like, the stupidly easiest thing to do in a school.
Computer's not working.
Okay, so that's the one thing I was checking. Like, okay. That's the
Well, this is going on Drake. In your head, you hear, "Come to me. Come to me."
Come to who?
Who? All of you. Everyone will be rewarded. Come to me.
I like her.
And you see a strange beckoning towards the football field.
But why would the math formulas? Yep. Okay. Drake gets up and, must go. Follow voice. Pie.
So you two come out of the computer lab and you just see a line of all the students walking, swaying back and forth, almost like they're in a zombie state, all heading towards the same location, all saying the same thing. Follow, pie, follow, pie. And there's still the one rebel. Avogadro.
We don't have avocado pie.
This is kind of
The lunch lady comes out with an avocado pie and throws it into Drake.
We have avocado pie now.
So Alex looks at John and is like, do you know anything that has relevance to 3.14.
What, pi?
Yeah.
Maybe
As a matter of
eight.
fact, you do, Gianna.
Oh, please tell me.
Pi was the number you were going over in math class when Mr. Butters has his meltdown.
Oh, okay. She'd recall that because that was recent enough.
Yep.
Oh, the last time we're going over it in class was with Mr. Butters. Before he got fired.
Fired. Right. Okay.
Do you think it's related?
So you see Alex like kind of staring off into the distance, so to speak. And he slowly looks down at Gianna. Is like, "Yes, Gianna, it's clearly going to be related because why not? This is what our lives are. Let's go."
So what do you do? Because you don't know where they're going. You
No.
just know there's a
No,
army of them.
At this point, I feel like we're just following them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
They
it
are
might be
two. They are 2 by 2, like walking like they're in
Do they have
prep
hands of
school.
blue?
No, but you follow, and it's actually kind of amazing because you follow all of these students, and they are walking in this slow, methodical zombie march all the way up to the football field.
By the way, important point: Alex is taking video of this with his phone.
And not only do they make their way to the football field, they all line up in perfect height order.
So, so is this a field or a stadium? I'm sorry.
This is the football field.
Okay. So once they get there, at least Alex is going to find the best place he can to like not be seen.
Gianna's gonna try to actually stand in line where she would naturally belong.
Alex is not.
There is no space for you.
Yeah. Alex comes over, grabs Gianna, pulls her out. Like, we're not part of the hive mind.
But I thought it might. I get to blend in.
So, as this is going on, up on the top of the bleachers that everybody is facing, you see something over the top and gaudy.
On the bleachers?
Yes, is a person. And do you know how in the Batman shows the Riddler tends to have question marks all over whatever outfit he tends to wear?
Yep.
So what you see is this periwinkle colored full body singlet covered in different equations with a giant staff that clearly looks like a number 2 pencil standing on top of the bleachers. The number 2 actually, as you look more closely, it's less a staff and more, you're not sure how that happened, but that looks like a sword shaped like a number 2 pencil.
Oh dear.
Alex is going to look at all of this and look at Gianna. It's like, a teacher. We have a teacher as a supervillain now.
Oh dear.
Gianna, I think
I'm
our
going to say
lives
this right now. As players, you're going to hate me for his name.
Whatever.
We already hate you for his design.
Well, so yeah, he just looks at Gianna. It's like, this is our lives. I told you, this is our lives. No matter where we go now, we get supervillains, and one of them is a teacher. Is that Mr. Butters?
I didn't know he was so form-fitted. Is he in shape?
1, it is Mr. Butters.
No.
2, it's form-fitted, but he's not in shape, so it's periwinkle blue, like onesie spandex, and he's totally got a teacher gut. As you look closer, you know, like when you like someone's royalty and they have like the 2 like little buttons and a little like cape hanging down off of their back. Mm-hmm. He has that, and there's like next to him on the bleachers. Is that a knight's helmet?
Why does he have a knight helmet?
So he speaks up. Since none of you were smart enough to appreciate my greatness. Now you all will bend your knee to circumference.
Jonah's not going to be able to stop laughing. I'm sorry. It's just physically impossible.
The name's so bad that even Drake, hypnotized, busts out laughing.
So the very next comic panel is just the image of this thing.
Oh.
And then the next scene is Alex is, does that Super Sentai like jump flip thing, and he just jumps onto the bleachers and stares this guy right in the face. Is like, it outright says, "That is the worst name for a supervillain I've ever heard, sir."
Oh dear. Oh dear, that's so bad.
I know, isn't it great? Which is why I purposely went with the over-the-top description of the knight helmet and the sword.
I like it. That's
Of
great.
course.
No, Alex, the Red Dragon, I should say, sorry, is now directly in this guy's face, and he's berating him.
And Jonah's unfortunately distracted for at least a minute. So we'll see.
Yes, circumference.
Oh dear.
I mean, to be fair, I'm surprised we all didn't have to take a powerful blow for how bad that name was.
Almost.
I think I did take a powerful blow.
To be fair, Alex did just run foolhardy into this for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Which means the condition gets cleared at the end of the scene.
It's not even the condition I have, sir, so it doesn't even matter.
So, so you do this, and he looks and goes, "A simpleton like you can understand my greatness." He looks, "Minions, defend your master." And the entire horde of student zombies is now coming directly at you, Alex.
Okay.
Well, that's fine, because I'm still on the bleachers directly next to him. I'm going to punch him in the face first before I run off.
And Jonah's going to try to do something as well to at least help Drake out.
Well, roll to directly engage a threat.
Oh, God!
Yeah.
Finally! Thank goodness. I keep hitting my -2s and whatnot, and I finally have a +2 roll. I miss it. Thank goodness.
You do. So you go to punch him. And at the last possible second, your hand hits a shield. A shield that you recognize. A shield being held by Drake, who remarkably fast got up there for a zombie. And then, give me a little leeway here, Nora, because I have a plan for this. Yep. So, and then he looks, "Oh, this is going to be good. Take care of your friend for me." And Drake just bashes you in the face with the shield. Please take a powerful blow.
Oh, okay.
Right, let's down to 9. Choose one.
I'm gonna give ground.
I suggest lash out verbally.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay,
I mean-
yeah. I'm gonna lash out verbally at the guy who just punched me in the face with a damn shield.
Yes.
He's gonna scream at Drake. He's like, Drake! Snap out of it and smash him in the face with that shield of yours, or I'll do it for you! On you!
Normally I would make you roll to provoke here, but I'm just going to have this snap Drake out of the effects.
Where am I? And why is your hand bleeding? In your suits? Why is there blood on my shield?
As I punch your shield. And Red Dragon sits up and he's like, damn, that actually worked. Sweet. Drake!
So
As this is happening, Gianna. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
Drake, we need to defeat this guy right now. His name is Circumference. It's terrible.
And with that, so I'm going to jump in here on this one. Drake is just going to, because his shield's kind of like right here in front of, right, he's going to just extend his arm out into Circumference's face. And yeah, I'm rolling to directly engage.
No, hold on. No, you're not.
Of course not.
You're arguing. You spin around, but Circumference is no longer there. Roll to directly engage a threat, but it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to gauge who you hit based on how you roll.
Oh, God.
Oh. Well, this is the Drake Gets Potential show.
You turn around your shield, and you just turn. And unfortunately for you, you hit Hilbert.
That is actually not true.
And,
Because Gianna was going to do something as soon as Alex ran up there anyway.
okay, so you have a chance to jump in and do something here. You did say you were going to.
Yeah. What Gianna was going to do as soon as Alex got up there and like that engagement started, she was going to actually summon Nessie at the end of the football field to create a giant crater for all these zombie people to stumble into.
Okay. It won't stop all of them.
Uh,
But go ahead and roll to unleash your powers.
Essentially trying to make like a moat, but not quite.
No, okay. So yeah, Nessie appears, makes a giant hole, and a good portion of the student zombies just sort of like fall in, but there's so many of them that eventually there's a pile of enough of them that the rest just crawl over.
Oh, it's the crab effect.
But yes. So you do prevent Drake from hitting Hilbert. You just hit some random student, probably one of the ACs.
But then Alex stands up and is like, oh gosh, should we just create another one?
So at this point you hear, from now the other end of the bleachers, you hear, I'm just going to call him Mr. Butters, because every time I say Circumference, I giggle.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. He goes, oh, I was warned about you, my dear. He looks over and smiles at you. A really creepy teacher smile. Your mother says hello.
Oh.
Wait,
No.
And with that, out of the sky, dive bombing straight at you, is a really, really, really large crow.
Oh dear.
What? Alex, you're next up in the list. What do you do?
You said a crow's diving. Is it diving towards Gianna?
It is diving towards Gianna.
Okay. So, Alex is going to summon up his motorcycle that we established he had last issue. He's going to just drive it over the field, whatnot, and use the bleachers as this cool ramp. And he's going to basically meet this crow at mid-air and try to just slam him right in the beak.
Roll to defend.
Okay. Oh, right, because he's actually attacking you. Ooh, that's actually a good one. Hey, there we go.
All right. On a hit, you successfully do that, but there is a negative consequence, isn't there?
I believe so. Remind me, because I don't have
I
something.
have one monitor to work with. I have one monitor to work with. I'm getting there.
No problem. I forgot to open my sheet.
Yes, but on a hit, you do keep them safe. That much we know for sure. You either have to expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Oh, I'm definitely exposing myself. I mean, look where I'm at. I'm definitely exposing myself to danger.
So you fly up there on the bike to intercept what you, and you only, because you're the only one who met him, would know as Caster.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I believe you still get the clear condition take influence over the person you protect, or add a team pool.
Yeah, that's a clear condition then. If that is in fact the case.
So you go and you intercept the dive bombing bird, which is great, except for the fact that the bird had a lot of momentum. You were going up to meet it. Its momentum didn't stop, yours did. The two of you are now crashing down to the ground. His momentum pushing you and the bike towards the ground. As you land, I need you to take a powerful blow.
Cool. I just cleared my only condition, so...
I mean, yeah.
Oops. Slammed.
So basically, Caster used body slam.
Yeah. And Alex is more than a little winded from that, so that's definitely going to be a gain ground. Or give ground situation.
Give ground? Okay. So, yeah, you sort of like, as you basically get squashed by the living manifestation of chicken nuggets.
Right. As they land and whatnot, he does a few of those things. He's like, I was hoping never to see you again.
So, at the other end of the field, or not necessarily the other end of the field, but Drake is now in the bleachers. Drake, you're being sort of chased down by a bunch of zombies, student zombies. Gianna, a bunch of them now sort of made their way towards you, and as you look, at the head of each of the groups chasing you, you look, Gianna, leading the charge of the zombies towards you is Hunter, and Drake leading the charge of the zombies towards you is Hilbert. They are basically bringing you towards each other, trying to pin you in. What do you do?
Recognize the romantic irony? Oh. Wait, so we're running towards each other, right?
The zombies are basically pushing you and Drake towards each other, yes.
Okay. As we're running towards each other, Drake, we're kind of coming into a pincer. Gianna's going to shout out and say, Drake, hop on! And she's going to summon Mr. Moth between us, who's already going to be down in like the receiving passenger's position, to take off between us.
Because this is a stressful situation, you're trying to do it quickly, I'm going to have you roll to unleash your powers.
Okay. Ooh, I can use a team.
You can't use a team because you have no way to bring Freak up. Drake could use a team.
That's true.
Yeah, and Alex is kind of like incommunicado at the moment.
I'm sorry. Why can't Gigi use the team selfishly?
Because her Freak is already at +3.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. How much do we have right now?
1.
You have the 1. Because technically this all sort of happened, and there will be the engaging the dangerous threat, because technically Circumference isn't a dangerous threat, but Caster is.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I'm the only one who's engaged Castro, so we haven't engaged him as a team yet.
Exactly, which is why you haven't engaged the threat as a team, because
So
Circumference isn't the threat.
Right.
I will use the team. And the way... do I describe the scene here of how I help?
Yeah, you describe how you help.
Okay. It's been forever since I've had to use team. So, Drake hops on his shield as we're going down the bleachers on a rail and lands on Mr. Moth to set him fully, because he hadn't fully materialized and land to grab Gigi and throw her on too.
Nice.
I'll allow it. Is this temporary unstable, or are you marking a condition?
I'm going to mark a condition.
Which one? Yeah, I'd imagine so. The entire school. And by the way, not just students, you now notice there are teachers to all of the teachers. So yeah, so you guys fly up. Where are you flying to?
Well, we're flying up to actually just get out of the pile and like get it and survey the situation.
Okay. So you go ahead and, assess the situation.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You said you were doing it, so.
Okay. Assess away. 8. Okay, so now I gotta ask 1. The biggest threat just appeared, so that's fine. I mean, it seems obvious. What here can we use to free the school?
What here can you use to free the school? I'm going to ask a question before I answer.
Okay.
Is that really the question you want to ask me, phrased in that manner?
Well, the question, question.
The answer to that question is probably no.
How do you answer quickly? Like that would definitely be like the ideal question.
Okay, that's probably the better answer. Because what here can we use to free the school? Your powers.
Yeah.
How can we best end this quickly? Go over and take out Mr. Butters. Basically, he commanded them. He's basically a math necromancer.
Drake, we have to stop Mr. Butters, and this will all end. It's got to work.
So with that, I'm going to use my first depowered move that I just got. Thinking ahead. When you have time to plan before a dangerous situation, roll plus superior.
You don't really have time to plan.
We're on top of Mr. Moth. I have a little bit of time to plan.
We literally have breathing room.
Breathing room, yes. You have time to vaguely plan, so I'll allow it as long as it's nothing too elaborate.
I mean, to be fair, I'm probably going to torch this anyway.
Probably.
And there it is. All right, when you have time to plan before a dangerous situation, roll plus superior. On a 10 plus, hold 3 prep. On a 7 to 9, hold 2 prep and mark a condition. On a 6 minus or 6 or less, your prep doesn't hold up. Hold 1 prep, but take a powerful blow when you spend it. I may spend 1 prep to redirect a blow to someone else, reveal a hidden weakness of the enemy, take hold of something people have lost track of, or completely nullify a strike. I'll hold that prep for now.
Okay, so let's go over to the crater. Red Dragon, you just got crushed by 400 pounds of chicken nuggets. And then Castor flies up, looks at you. You are not who I am here for today.
Before he can even finish saying that, Alex is literally jumping and flying to grab this thing's neck and slam it into the ground.
Roll to directly engage a threat.
He is blindly going after this guy. It doesn't even matter if he knew, if Giada yelled out, go after Mr. Butters. He's going after the thing. There it is.
All right, on a 10 plus, choose 2.
This is actually an interesting thing. I want to create an opportunity for my allies. And want to impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay. The impressed part is easy. He's impressed with your kind of reckless abandon of just going after him. You sort of get the little nod thing. For the record, if anyone's played any of the more recent, or from Yoshi's Island forward, basically Super Mario, I just picture Castor as a bigger, more jacked Raphael the Raven.
I can't believe you had a mech.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad we're all on that same page. As for the opportunity, we'll get to that in a minute. But you didn't choose to resist or avoid blows.
As I said, Alex is going blindly in, so yes.
Yeah. So you're punching, and you're carefully connecting. He's get the nod, but as this is happening, he starts to, like, you hit him a little bit. You definitely got it, but he starts to block your blows because in the rage, you start to become very predictable. And then he just looks at you and goes, you technically own me. I'm the one who convinced Dreamweaver and Oubliette that you were worth keeping around longer. So, you are in my debt. And you should take a powerful emotional blow from that as, yeah.
So,
I love the fist pump of the emotion.
yes. So Alex, he hears that, and he's just like, he stares directly at Castor's eyes and says, "I owe you nothing."
So the opportunity you're going to create is you are sitting there fighting. Your motorcycle is still going. It finds its way out of the crater and goes bowling for zombies. And
Please tell me it's playing Bowling for Soup while bowling for zombies.
no, it's playing Thriller.
I mean, okay, that's the next best thing.
Yeah. So even though you guys are in the air, there was still just an army of zombies surrounding Butters. You have to act fast, but you have a path now.
Okay, we're going in. Hang on. We're gonna hang on to Mr. Mouth as we dive down towards Mr. Butters.
I love how technically you still haven't engaged the powerful threat together as a team, so I don't have to use that move.
No, we haven't yet.
Yes, then we have no team. So this should be fun. Because I'm fixing to get wrecked.
Oh yeah, we are. Drake, I have to can you? Are you able to knock out our teacher?
So with that, Drake is going to jump. Are we above? Are we above the? Are we above Butters? Like
we're above. We're diving in towards him. So
Drake is going to do something incredibly stupid. No powers. No idea what he's doing.
Okay.
He's going to jump off of Mr. Moth with his shield forward. I am using my one prep to take hold of something people have lost track of.
Ooh.
I'm crushing his staff.
But he hasn't lost track of that.
But the people have lost track of their
hand. Aha! So you're assuming it's in the sword.
I am.
Okay.
Oh.
So you have to take a powerful blow.
Actually, hold on.
Right?
Actually, better yet, let me rephrase the way I'm doing this. I'm revealing a hidden weakness to the enemy. I'm targeting the sword.
Okay, nope, that's fine. So you still have to take a powerful blow when the prep happens, right? When you spend that last prep? Okay. Here's how this is going to work. Like I said, he went full on with the theme. So this is a vaguely sword-shaped number 2 pencil. So you reveal the weakness. The weakness is that it's a number 2 pencil.
Okay.
So you crash down onto this. And good news, you break the number 2 pencil. Bad news, the pointed lead end Sephiroths you. I need you to take that powerful blow as you just got pierced by a number 2 pencil.
He did already.
Yeah, I did.
15.
I did. It was a 15. It got hurt.
remove yourself from the scene, flee, pass out, etc., or lose control of yourself in a horrible way. You can't lose control of your powers because you ain't got none.
I also can't lose control of myself. I'm impaled on a pencil. So I'm impaled on a pencil.
Okay. Yeah, that's how you're out of the scene. You're impaled on a pencil.
Oh dear. John's just like reach it. Oh no.
Yeah. So this happens. So that sort of breaks the hold. And good thing for you, it breaks the hold, Jen. So the last second as this happens, we get the comic panel, and you turn to look, and as you turn, a cast iron pan is this close to your face as the lunch lady, Miss Marjorie, was swinging away at you.
Who'd she swing at me? Or Drake?
Yeah,
Oh,
you.
okay, good.
Drake's impaled on a pencil.
Oh, that's right. He's fine.
Wait, he's fine.
That's what she said.
I know where he is. I'm not going to lose him.
I mean, you're not wrong. He's not going anywhere unless someone picks him up.
Right.
Yeah. So the horde of people sort of come to their senses, and they all look, and they see Mr. Butters in this ridiculous getup, and you hear from the back this voice yell, "Hey, does anyone remember he called himself Circumference?" And clearly Hunter yelling, and everybody starts just dying of laughter. Dying of laughter. Like, even in the middle of the fight that Castor and Alex are having, they both stop because obviously they're probably laughing. Like, Cash laughing his butt off.
Alex isn't laughing, but he's just staring,
And then,
like looking at him, like somewhat satisfied.
Yeah, and at this point he's like, no, you won't fear me, and they all start chasing him, and he just starts running and screaming like a little girl.
In the meantime, Gianna is going to slam down and try to help Drake because he's got a pencil in him.
Yes, so we know what type of gasoline Drake runs on. Let it.
Welcome to the TGE Pun Special, everyone. Get your seatbelts on.
Well, it was either puns or a musical episode. Your choice.
I'll take puns.
Yeah, puns is fine.
So, back to Castor and Alex. Castor is still giggling at Circumference.
So, Alex is, okay, how big is Castor again?
He a big bird. Like, picture Big Bird from Sesame Street, but jacked and a crow.
Oh, so he's not like 12 or 15 feet or anything like that.
I mean, he's not. No, he's like, yeah. Like, when he fights, he's more like Big Bird. Like I said, he's more built like Raphael the Raven.
Right. So what I mean is, Alex can try to tackle him to the ground and punch his beak repeatedly, right?
In theory, yes.
Yeah. Because that's what he does.
Directly engage a threat.
I was actually kind of hoping to miss that, but okay. So he gets.
Point out that had you managed to get past the first hit with the blocking thing, you would have just been able to overwhelm a vulnerable foe on Mr. Butters.
Yeah. But anyway, what happens is he jumps. Well, so first thing I'm going to choose, I'm going to take something from Castor. His balance is like get him on the ground, and Alex is just wailing on this bird's like beak and face and whatnot, and in the middle of it, because he had earlier said like you owe me for basically convincing him we have to keep you around for a while. He looks him right in the face and yells out loudly, "You shouldn't have!" He's also trying to suppress surprise or frighten him again. More towards the frightened
he's surprised.
part. Or that,
He's actually surprised this. You're not sure how this happens, but You swear you see a big, beaky smile. And he looks at you. Oh no, I should have. This is much more interesting all of a sudden. But my job here is done now because that fool has been run off by a crowd of... Well, anyway. Do me a favor? Tell your friend Drake that his friends in Dragonland say hello. And he disappears into a pile of feathers.
You get that comic panel of Alex who was like, you know, kind of on top of him, just kind of like dropping like the foot to the ground or whatever. Like, as he like punches the ground because he was in mid swing. Alex just kind of, or Red Dragon, is just kind of just slowly stands up and he surveys the area, whatnot, sees, you know, what's going on with Drake and Gianna, and it takes him a moment, but then he starts running over really fast.
And Gianna's like already like kneeling over Drake and like
the school nurse is already there helping you as well. Yeah, like most people have chased after Butters, but school nurse and Hilbert and Hunter and the rest of you are there trying to erase the pencil from Drake's shoulder.
I think you got the point.
So Drake kind of comes to after this and like,
At least the pencil's not getting any sharpened.
Yeah.
Did you say I got the point?
No.
Is that what I heard?
That's what you heard, Drake. She said
No. I said, "Are you okay? We got the guy."
What is all of this? One giant lesson for me?
No. Drake.
And with that, I'm using a second move from my depowered. And this is talking to Giada. Giada, before all of this, I had my powers. I did all this stuff. And do you still think I'm a hero?
Drake, what are you talking about? That's what I was trying to say. You broke that sword. You saved all those people. Everybody is safe now because of you. That was really amazing.
So, when you take the costume change, you immediately unlock the following drama move. When you talk about how you lost your powers, ask if they think you are still a hero. If they do, clear a condition and let them shift your labels. If they do not, mark potential and the GM will shift your labels. So, I will be clearing hopeless. You may shift anything but superior down.
Actually, wait. This is one of those ones where I get to know them beforehand, or no?
I think you have to. Or is it? It doesn't say.
Technically, no, it's only the end of session move.
Oh, end of session's the only one where you can't. Okay, so you can shift whatever.
You know the information. I don't think superior is being shifted in this case.
That was not the goal, yeah. No. She was going to raise your savior up because you were a hero. You saved people. And she's going to probably shift your mundane down. Yeah, because she said you were awesome. Wait, I'm thinking. Yeah, no. Because she said you were a hero and she said you were awesome. So yeah, shifting mundane down.
Okay, that makes sense. And because I've been returned to scene, insecure is unmarked and hopeless is unmarked. So I've now removed 2 conditions. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Gianna.
At this point, the school nurse looks as, we should get you patched up, so she's patching you up, and your friend from the beginning, Principal Snyder, shows up.
I was in class, sir. We can't hear you.
Oh, I know. Everyone was in class, but that happened. He looks at Gianna, and at Red Dragon, who he doesn't know who you are,
Right.
and at Drake. And he looks and goes, well, two of you I understand why you're here. As for you, Mr. Dragone, remember when I told you you had to think through your actions? I don't necessarily know that this qualifies as thinking through your actions, but
But
I think in this one instance we can overlook it. And he sort of turns around and walks off, stops saying, oh, and I figure it was pretty obvious, but school's been canceled for the rest of the day.
So,
yay!
Red Dragon, in a slightly more official sounding voice, says, "Good idea, Principal Skinner." Don't.
It's Snyder.
Right. See, I don't go to your school. Sorry.
He just does the over-the-shoulder look of, sure you don't, kid, sure you don't.
Sorry about the football field.
He looks, well, considering if it was the football field or the entire student body, I think we can make an exception here. Don't do it again. And for the love of everything, don't turn into your mother.
Ow.
Do you need to get a powerful blow from that?
It's either a label shift or a powerful blow, I think.
I mean,
Dang.
yeah.
I think that's pretty harsh. Wow.
Yeah, like that's
Okay,
like
take-
directly what she's afraid of right now.
Take a powerful emotional blow then.
Yay!
All right, explain how you weather the blow.
So hearing that, she's kind of and says, "Oh, it's all right. I've always been more like my father anyway."
Red Dragon pats.
It's just see whatever business meeting your father is in, it's like nose itches.
Red Dragon gives this Gianna a pat on the back as she says that.
Yeah. And as Snyder's walking away, out of the poof pops Chupacabra.
It's all right, Jimmy. He's just doing his job and being kind of a jerk about it sometimes.
Hey, Gianna, could you do me a favor?
What is it, Red Dragon?
Could you summon Sassy around so I can stand behind him as I change?
Oh, sure thing. And she just kind of looks over to her side, and Sassy's already there, and he's like got his arms wide open, like to act as a curtain for you.
So he just like sure no one else is just around and just like powers down, and then gives Sassy a hug because she's there.
And Sassy pats him on the head.
It's totally that scene from Big Hero 6 where Baymax is hugging and just doing a pat, pat, pat.
Exactly that.
Nice.
Oh god, Sassy is Baymax.
He actually really is in a lot of ways.
So Alex pulls away, but he looks extremely distant as he like walks towards everybody.
Are you okay, Alex? You kind of took a bit of a beating.
No, I'm okay. Saw Castor again.
Yeah.
Drake at this point looks at Gigi. He took a beating. Points at the hole in him from where the pencil is.
Well, yeah.
Drake, you saved the day without your powers. Congratulations. I knew you.
Yeah, yeah.
could do
Hunter
it.
looks at us. No. He took a beating. You just took a bigger one.
Yeah.
Hunter?
Yeah, Drake?
The shield still hurts when I hit it. Ask Alex.
It
So-
does.
Hunter bounds up, goes over to you and goes, set of boomerangs.
Before we forget, because speaking of the giant crow, Did you guys hear him saying something about my mom being involved?
Oh, yeah.
Why was Mr. Butters working with my mom?
I don't know.
And what was Castor even doing here?
He didn't really say. Said something.
No, he did. He said you weren't his target.
Well, yeah, he said I wasn't his target, so... But he didn't say who.
And he was dive bombing Gigi.
That's right, he was dive bombing you.
Like, you specifically dove in front of me to save me.
Right. Yeah. Well, clearly he was trying to attack you. I got in the way. Mr. Butters, was apparently a pushover.
I mean, he kind of looked like it, so it wasn't that surprising.
I mean, anybody who comes up with the name Circumference is just going to be really bad.
Hunter and Hilbert both giggle.
I still love how that just literally, like, flew Alex into action. Like, your name is so terrible.
You say that, but I'm still seeing the math equations.
Well, I mean, did you learn anything from him?
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. So
we get
you're
the comic
fine.
book.
See, he's fine.
We get the comic panel, and instead of it's like the birdies flying around his head, but it's just like right triangles.
I was thinking it'd be the less than greater than symbols.
It's like a right
Yeah,
angle triangle.
Next thing we know, we look, someone's playing Pac-Man with them.
Exactly. Which would be Hilbert, I would assume.
Maybe.
Well, wait, if Castor was going for me, why'd he leave?
Probably because whatever he was doing here got royally screwed up by the fact that you two were taking care of Butters.
I really hope Mr. Butters didn't get away.
Out of Game Reboot, has Drake met Castor? I don't remember, actually.
I want to say yes.
You saw him in the green.
No.
I don't know if
Okay, that's what I thought was no.
Okay.
No. But there was one other thing that Castor did say.
Tell Gigi's mom says her mom says hi.
Yeah, tell Gigi her mom says hi. And there was, tell your friend, his friends from the Dragonland say hello.
Oh, that's right.
I figured you forgot about that one as the player.
Yeah, everything else right. So yeah, he looks over at Red Dragon. Looks over at sorry, Alex. Alex is going to Drake. Says, by the way, Drake, that crow, Castor from the Dreaming, wanted me to tell you that your friends from the Dragon Realm said hi.
What friends? What is he?
Thought he didn't get any more specific than that.
There's no dragons left in the Dragon Realm. And Drake has gone ghost white at this point.
1,000-yard stare.
What was that?
1,000-yard stare.
Oh, absolutely.
Drake.
Drake,
Oh, what?
what's wrong with that?
There are no. They're just what friends in the Dragon Realm.
What do you mean, what friends? Didn't you
I've
you
been in the Dragon Realm because there are different factions competing for power in there
Uh-huh.
because the dragons have all vanished. There's only the 4 of us left.
Maybe he means the other 3.
Didn't they leave after you lost your powers or something?
Well, the goose technically isn't a dragon.
Right.
Get him.
Technically. There was the guy who originally owned the house,
Mm-hmm.
who turned it over to myself and the goose. Or Maverick, sorry.
Oh, right, he's got a name.
Because I'm a horrible person.
So that was Kiev. There's Pyridette, who retired from the dragon several years ago. There's myself. And there's whoever the next in line is.
Don't mind me interrupting here. I don't know much about all of this, but what if what he's saying isn't that your friends? If you weren't talking about friends as in people you've met, but the fact that that's where he came from.
As in,
You mean
he
he's
visited the dragon
in
realm?
the Dragon Realm?
I guess it would make sense.
And with that, hold on. Quick text question. So with that, you remember that beast we fought
The
that
big
took
wolf?
my powers?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that was kind of like my nightmare protector thing.
Where did that come from?
Well, it came from the dreaming,
Dreaming.
I think. Yeah.
Where are my powers now?
Oh, they're in the dreaming too.
And that beast.
What if my powers allow that beast into the Dragon Realm?
Would that be bad?
Oh.
That'd be bad, wouldn't it?
I don't think it would be good. Bad might be the right. Yeah, bad might be underselling it a bit, Gigi.
Gigi,
Yep.
it takes you a minute, but when he says that, you realize why it could be bad. Because between the conversations you've had with your dad and everything you know, your mother, as part of whatever deal she's made and power she's created, she cannot directly enter the mortal realm from the dreaming. But if she has a connector path,
Oh no. Oh, I just
We
realized.
call that a
something.
loophole, sir.
we do.
Yeah, so
Do you pass this information to everybody?
absolutely, because she just realizes, oh, that could be a problem for my mom getting out.
Getting out?
If she can get out by going, she can't go back to the regular mortal world here from the dreaming. But if she can go from the dreaming to another realm, like the dragon realm, then she could leave from there and technically come back to the mortal world.
Would I get to punch her in the face then?
She's already. But with that revelation, Drake is actually going to mark a condition on his own.
Hopeless?
Hopeless. Drake has basically unleashed Gigi's mom on the Dragon Realm and potentially the world.
And that is where we're going to close the comic for the night. But this is a special edition of Next Gen because there is a small little scene on the back cover of the book.
So, it's late. You know, everyone's dispersed and whatnot. Alex has got his shouldered his backpack, and you see him walking. You see him walking in a hallway. But after a few frames, you realize it's not his house. He's walking in the hallway of a hotel. As he walks up to a door and knocks on it. And you saw the final panel is you see the door open. Charlie's on the other side of that, looking at them outside. That's where that ends.
So, I would like to thank everybody for watching and dealing with me on my mobile setup this week. On behalf of our entire crew here, that would be Chameleon Ice, Norestra, OPT Lawyer, and our unfortunately timed friend Crimson Addicts, who had a little bit of a stuff he had to deal with. So, we deal with that here. I am TGE, reminding everybody to, of course, as always, keep hailing.